On a quiet night in 1983, the doors of a hospital emergency room in Springfield, Oregon, flew open. A frantic mother rushed in, her car stained with blood. Inside were her 3 children, 2 clinging desperately to life. Their mother, Diane Downs, cried out for help. She told doctors a stranger had ambushed them, shooting her babies on a lonely road. But as investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a chilling truth, one that shocked America to its core. Elizabeth Diane Downs was a young mother of 3. To the outside world, she seemed ordinary, living in Oregon, raising her kids, working at the post office. But beneath that image of motherhood was a restless woman. Friends described her as charming, but also impulsive and reckless. Diane often craved attention and love, especially from men. And she wanted to live life on her terms, children included or excluded. Her children, Christy, Cheryl, and Danny, were her world. At least that's what she wanted people to believe. But soon, tragedy would reveal a darker truth. On May 19, 1983, Diane told police she was driving down a quiet rural road with her kids. She said a bushy-haired stranger waved her down. When she stopped, he demanded her car. When she refused, she claimed he pulled out a gun and opened fire, shooting all 3 children. Diane said she struggled with the man before speeding off to the hospital, her arm wounded by a bullet. Cheryl, just 7 years old, was already gone. Christy, 8, had suffered a stroke after being shot. And little Danny, only 3, was paralyzed from the chest down. Doctors and nurses fought to save them, while Diane repeated her story of the stranger in the night. At first, investigators rushed to find the supposed gunman, but soon, doubts crept in. Why, they wondered, would a stranger attack 3 small children and leave their mother alive? Why were there no signs of struggle in the car? And why did Diane show so little emotion in the hospital, even as her children fought for their lives? Then came another twist. Witnesses recalled seeing Diane's car driving unusually slow that night, around 5 to 7 miles per hour, long enough for her children to bleed out. The question investigators now asked was chilling. Was this mother trying to save her children, or to kill them? Detectives began looking into Diane's personal life. They discovered she was obsessed with a man named Robert Knickerbocker, a married co-worker. Robert had made it clear he didn't want children. He told Diane he would never leave his wife for her. For investigators, the motive began to form. To keep Robert, Diane may have decided her children were in the way. And then came the strongest piece of evidence. Christy, Diane's surviving daughter, finally recovered enough to speak. In court, she bravely took the stand. When asked who shot her, the little girl whispered, "My mom." The courtroom fell silent. The trial became a media sensation. Diane smiled, laughed, and even flirted with reporters, while her children's suffering was laid bare before the jury. Prosecutors painted her as a selfish mother who put her obsession above the lives of her kids. The defense argued she was being framed, but Christie's testimony, along with ballistics evidence and Diane's strange behavior, sealed her fate. In June 1984, Diane Downs was found guilty of murder, attempted murder, and assault. She was sentenced to life in prison, plus 50 years. The judge made it clear Diane would never be allowed near her surviving children again. Christy and Danny were adopted by the lead prosecutor in the case, Fred Hughey, who gave them a chance at a stable, loving home. Diane, however, never admitted guilt. From prison, she continued to insist a stranger had shot her children. Over the years, she even escaped once, though she was quickly captured. Even today, Diane Downs remains one of the most infamous mothers in true crime history, a chilling reminder of how obsession can twist love into something unthinkable. Her story forces us to ask, how could a mother betray the very children she was meant to protect? In the end, justice was served, but at a terrible cost. Cheryl's life was stolen, Danny's body forever changed, Christy's heart scarred with memories no child should bear. And the world was left with a haunting image, a mother who chose obsession over love. The case of Diane Downs reminds us, sometimes the greatest danger comes not from strangers in the dark, but from the people we trust the most.